This marks the start of training for my very first ultramarathon. If you're new here, hello, my name is Emily. I am a slower runner training for my very first ultramarathon. I just did my first marathon back in April this year, and I'm ready to take it one step further and try it for the ultra. I'm a runner that's very much focused on distance, and I don't really focus too much on pace. My main goal is to enjoy running and just be as consistent as possible. And this is exactly what you can expect from my first 2 weeks of training.
So we are officially in run 1 of ultra training. It's just an easy 7.5k, which for me means walking and running. We're just over 5k in. It's a nice little intro. If you ever feel like you're in a bit of a rut with running and you want to get back into it and you've got a plan or whatever, don't do an interval run. Don't do a hard run. Just do an easy run. Don't look at your pace. If you're looking at anything, look at your heart rate and try and keep it low. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I was a bit worried about it because 7.5k sounded like a lot because I'd just been training for a 5k, so straight into a 7.5, that's scary, but it feels nice.
And then me and my 8 minute per kilometre easy pace ran off into the distance. Excuse the little white thing there, I've got a spot, so I've got some stuff on it. And I'm just having a little few Percy pigs for no reason other than I want them. I'm getting ready to go on a 7.5 tempo run. I've got a kilometre warm up at an easy pace, and then I've got 3 sets of a kilometre at a 7-kilometre pace, and then another kilometre at a 6:40 per kilometre pace times by 3, and then a 500 metre cool down. So let's go. I don't know how this is gonna go. This is run 2, so I'm very much still feeling like I'm running for the first time because I haven't been in a routine like this for a while, and it is taking every bit of motivation that I have to actually go out and do this run, because I'm not gonna lie, I actually don't really want to do it, but I know I have to do it, and I know that these runs are always hard because I'm still getting into a routine, so let's go and do it.
Running is one of the hardest things ever. It's so hot, but it's not even that hot, but it is hot. Do you know what I mean? Oh, fuck.
I don't know if anybody else has these moments after a run, especially a hard run, where you just sit down in silence and just stare at something for a good 10 minutes. Run 3, week 1, early days of ultramarathon training, and I've got a long run to do today, so I've got 13k to do, and I know I'm going to go and do it at the gym on a treadmill, which might be the death of me, but I've had a funny tummy for almost a week now, actually. So for a longer run, I would rather just be near a toilet. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna be hell. I've got a Netflix show ready to go, and it's just gonna be me on a treadmill for what, an hour and a half for a 13k? I don't know, something like that. So yeah, it's not gonna be fun. I've got a full this is a good thing about going to the gym, is you can take all your shit with you. So I've got a full Stanley. This is probably like a litre. 887 ml, so not a litre. And then the piggies. I don't really need lots of food. I've just had 2 pieces of toast with almond butter and strawberries and a bit of golden syrup on the top, and then I've just got these sweets just to kind of see me through if I need them, to be honest. It's more just because I like them and it's a nice excuse to have some sweets. I've got my Brooks on. These are the Brooks Ghosts, the newer ones, and I really like the colourway. Shorts are Sweaty Betty. There's a logo somewhere. This is Brooks, and then this top I'm wearing underneath when it gets really hot is also from Sweaty Betty. Socks are my protein. These are the old ones, actually. That's it. I've got to go take all my shit with me. One thing that I'm really trying to do throughout my ultramarathon training is making sure that I'm having a post-run cool down. So I'm doing some stretches where running makes me quite sore. So for me, this is my quads. For some reason, my quads get really sore. And then just any other like little niggles or soreness that I feel, I'll just do a little stretch, you know? Nothing crazy, just something that takes the edge off a bit. Now I just need to get better at warming up. Guilty. Hi friends, it is the start of week 2 of marathon training, ultramarathon training. I got a message on one of my most recent YouTube videos. It was on my 50k announcement video, and it was basically, this person doesn't think that I am trained enough to run an ultramarathon. They think that I should spend at least 5 years of building up my running fitness before I sign up to do an ultramarathon, and that I'm going to walk the last 10 to 15k of it and I'm not going to be able to actually run it. I don't know if that was like they were trying to give genuine advice and it just came off incredibly rude. Sometimes when you do things, people always, not everyone is going to like it, and I'm really trying to use it as a driver to make me work harder and train harder rather than it making me feel a bit. But all the other comments have been really nice, so thank you. I've just had a bagel with some almond butter and a bit of golden syrup, and it's like, what time is it? 10:30. I've got 16k to do today, and I've got to go and find some rolling hills, so I know the route. I'm just so tired. I slept for 8 hours, 9 hours, and I'm still tired. I don't think it's to do with the running, I just think I could literally sleep forever. But this is my current situation. So getting up in half an hour to get ready for this run is going to be really hard. And I'm really tempted just to go and do it on the treadmill because it's easier. As in, not the run will be easier, the run will probably be harder, but just getting to the gym and being in one place is easier than going outside. Not feeling like you're in London is the best thing ever. I just finished my run, and literally as soon as I finished, I just heard this, "Excuse me, miss, would you like to buy a donut?" And I was like, would I like to buy a donut? So I got 2 Krispy Kreme donuts. I think it was for this like charity event, so for a good cause, I'll buy 2 donuts. Oh my god. I've already eaten the other one. That one run was really hard. It was 16k. I had to find a hill. So I went to this park near me and it was so hilly. And because I'm used to just total flat, any sort of hill is a struggle. So I did it. I put my stats on the screen. And now I'm gonna go and have about 3 different drinks, have a bath, do some work, get ready for Monday. And there we go. That was my first 2 weeks of ultramarathon training. Watching those clips back, I couldn't tell if I feel like I didn't seem that happy. I actually had, once I got into the swing of it, once I was to the end of week 2, I honestly just remembered why I love running long distance. Like, the thought of it is absolutely terrifying, like going out and doing these crazy distances. But when you're actually in it and you're in the routine, it just reminds me of why I love it. So yeah, I'm really happy where I am right now with training. I have just finished my 3rd week
which I didn't film because I thought I'd have a week off filming, and then I'll be back to filming another 2 weeks as of Monday. Today's Saturday. And over on Instagram, I've been doing weekly posts. So if you want to know more about the day-to-day with ultramarathon training, definitely go and follow me over on Instagram. But I do basically a post, and I'll put on like a weekly roundup of how the week's gone. So I thought I would just share that here. So it's been really hot in the UK. I feel like we are in our summer period where it just gets really hot and really muggy, especially in London. There's something about the London heat that just hits different, but not in a good way. And it just makes running incredibly, incredibly hard. So if you're really struggling with the heat at the minute, wherever you are in the world, and you're not used to it, like maybe you don't live in a hot country, but it's freakishly hot, just know that the runs are going to feel hard. It doesn't mean that you've lost fitness. It just means that running in the heat is really fucking hard. I've also been using the treadmills quite a bit. For week 1, I had a bit of a dodgy stomach, and then week 2, it was really warm. So I've been utilising the treadmills quite a bit, and you know what? Once you get a good Netflix show, an audiobook, or a playlist, they're not that bad. Which I never thought I would say. I was never a treadmill stan, but you know what? I take every bad word I've ever said about treadmills. I'm a fan. The hilly run that I did at the end of the week that you just saw was incredibly hard. I run mainly on flat. There's not many hills near me, so I just felt a really big sense of accomplishment when I finished that run. So I would like encourage you to do things that seem a little bit scary. Obviously do it at your own pace. I ran probably a little bit slower than I would normally just because of the hills. I wasn't hard on myself when I needed to walk more, or I needed to slow down, or I needed extra water, or whatever it might be. Just try and get through it. A big one for me is my mood has just been really good overall, and this isn't one of the main benefits I found from running 3 times a week that I've never had from any other form of exercise. I feel like when I'm in a really good place with running, my mood is a lot more stable. Yeah, I just think it's a mixture of kind of getting outside. Obviously the exercise and endorphins and all of that helps, but just having something else to concentrate on rather than the day-to-day of work life and, you know, all the stress that we have in our lives that can build up. For me, running has just been a huge outlet, and I'm just really glad that now I have this back in my life and I'm going out on those longer distances. Week 1 in particular taught me that getting back into a routine is incredibly hard. I've been running now for over a year consistently, and when I started running again, I felt like a complete beginner, and I know that a lot of people will relate to that. I feel like running is one of those things that when you take time off or you start training for something completely different to what you were training for before, it feels so hard, and the hardest thing is getting yourself outside to do those runs. And yeah, the first week was honestly a lot of me doing things I really didn't feel like I wanted to do, going on a run. But by the end of week 2, like now I just feel, like I said, I feel like it's completely part of my routine again, and I'm really loving it. And yeah, obviously there are times when it gets hard because I'm doing ultramarathon. It's somewhat out of my comfort zone, and I'm just really trying to do as well as I can in all of my sessions. And yeah, and that's it. That's the first 2 weeks. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. There's going to be other videos like this. So if there's anything else in particular that you want to see within these videos, do let me know. I'd be more than happy to include them. We are underway. So as I'm filming this, I'm at the end of week 2 pretty much. I have one more run to do. I did 19 kilometers today. So there we are. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you, and thank you all so much for all of the lovely comments that I've been getting on my videos over the last few months. They don't go unnoticed, and I just really love this little YouTube community that I am creating, that we're all creating. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching. If you like this video and you've made it this far and you haven't yet subscribed, you should definitely subscribe. What are you doing? I'll see you in the next video. Bye!